Hey everybody, happy Monday. Does it feel like I'm like in a news thing, like this is WW275 ready to come to you with news today? Because I had to find somewhere fun to do the live this morning because I'm not at home. How are you guys? So good to see you. Happy Monday, happy Monday. It's Mental Wellness Monday and I'm Sidra, super excited to be here. And I was thinking, like, what do I want to share with you today? And this is going to be a little vulnerable and transparent, but it's got a great story. So I titled this live, it's got a great manifestation from it. So I titled this live, What's Something Negative That Happened That Turned Out to Be a Gift? And you're like, really, Sidra? Nothing negative turns out to be a gift. Sometimes it does. And I know that the greatest thing that I have learned to do is to, when I'm going through something difficult, to look for the gift. To look for the gift even in the midst of something difficult. And to have faith that it's there, even if you don't see it at the time. Because I think when you look back, you will see that that thing that seemed so negative at the time turned out to be a gift. So let me give you a simple story first. So my daughter, and then I'll tell you about mine. So my daughter, because I want you to get your mindset in this, there's a gift in everything. So my daughter lives in New York, was a server, had to have surgery, and her job said, and she loved this job, they loved her. Everything was perfect. And they said, no problem. When you're back from your 6 weeks of recovery, come on back to your job. She loved these people. They never called. Then she called them, but they never called her back. And it went on for months. And she never heard from them. She was heartbroken because she loved them. But you know what? Got like a forklift going down the road. But she loved them. And she learned later, through some situation, they just couldn't bring her back because of COVID. And she was devastated, broke and devastated. But to be honest, I think she was more hurt than she was like broke. And then what happened is a friend had a job, got her that job, and you know what? It's been the best job ever. You could not have told my daughter that there was any job better than the one she had, but it turned out to be amazing. Like literally just the other day, she's in this fancy hotel in Soho in New York. She got a $235 tip on a $110 purchase at the restaurant. She loves it there. They love her. Turned out to be perfect. But in the midst of it, it did not seem like that. 100, it did not seem like that. It seemed like the worst time ever. And so let me tell you my story. So that was the gift. The gift was she lost that job, loved that job, but then in the end, it turned out to be a blessing because she got an even better job that she never would have got had she not lost this one. So now I'm going to tell you my story, and I'm going to be really transparent. So when my daughter was dinky, maybe less than a year, I was driving down the road one day. And I'm in my car driving down the road. And remember, we're looking for the gift in the negative thing. And I'm driving down the road, and I had been sick. I had not been feeling good. And I drove through, like, you know how there's one red light and then the next one? I was looking at the second red light and not the first one, and I drove through a red light. And a man was turning left, and I hit him in his Mercedes. And I'm in a very affluent part of Orange County. This was a super fancy Mercedes. Now, the good thing, I was fine because I drove this huge car. My daughter was fine. But And this man's Mercedes, it didn't look great, but it wasn't horrible. But I know I got good insurance. I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I'm worried because I had a wreck and I ran a red light. Like, I'm nervous about all that. But, you know, we're all fine. And so I was grateful. Like, my daughter and I were fine. The man was fine. I'm like, I got insurance. Okay, this could have been a lot worse. So I get home. I think I actually drove home. Or the tow truck took me home. I can't remember. I get home, and because I didn't have my insurance in the car. I get home to call the guy about my insurance, and my insurance had canceled the day before. So the day before this accident, unbeknownst to me, because I remember we had just bought a new house, obviously I wasn't paying attention, and the insurance had canceled. And I'm like, holy smokes, what am I gonna do? I was devastated. Like, I'm thinking I'm gonna lose my homes. Like, who knows what's gonna happen? And I just remember waiting for the call from his insurance company. Just waiting to find out what was gonna happen. Days went by. Weeks went by. And I remember at the time, all I could do was just have faith. And I wasn't a new Christian at the time, but I would lie if I didn't tell you that my faith was not as strong as it is now. But you know what? There wasn't anything I could do. I could not control it. There was nothing I could do. All I could have was faith. Weeks went by, month went by. You guys, never heard from the insurance company. Never heard from them. I think my insurance company might have paid for the car. I can't remember. My car, never heard from him. And the greatest, so I was like so grateful. And the greatest gift I got from that was I developed unstoppable faith. Like, you can't tell me anything now if there's a problem. Because I was in the midst of something that I for sure could not control, that only God could make better. And I just grew my faith on that day 1 million fold. And I never would have been here and grown my faith had I not had this situation. So the negative was I ran a red light, I hit a guy in a Mercedes, but the gift was I have unstoppable faith. So here's what I want to challenge you to do. I want you to think about things that have happened in your life. Something that seemed negative but turned out to be a gift. And post those in the comment below. Because when we're going through stuff, we gotta look for the gift. We gotta look for the blessing. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here for Mental Wellness Monday. And please don't ever forget, never, never, never forget that you deserve happiness now. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your week.